If you are currently sitting in a dealership cubicle staring at a 4-square sheet about to sign a loan for a luxury SUV in 2026, you need to walk out right now. You aren't buying a car, you are volunteering to be robbed. We are watching the American car market implode in real time. And nobody is talking about the specific models that are dragging people underwater. I'm not talking about a little depreciation. I'm talking about vehicles that are losing 60% of their value before you even finish paying the sales tax. I'm talking about luxury trucks that are sitting on dealer lots for 100 days, rotting, while the salesmen beg you to take them home so they can pay their floor plan interest. The data I'm looking at this morning is terrifying. We have reached a point where the gap between what you pay and what it's worth is wide enough to park a semi-truck in. I've been tracking the wholesale numbers, the auction lanes, and the service bay reports, and I found 5 specific cars that I wouldn't take even if you gave them to me for free. Why? Because the maintenance, the insurance, and the sheer cliff dive of depreciation would still bankrupt me. Car number 1 on this list is gonna hurt some feelings. It's an American icon, but the math is a tragedy. Car number 4 is a reliability nightmare that mechanics are practically building retirement homes off of. This isn't a review. This is an intervention. Hit subscribe if you want the truth before everyone else. Let's burn some bridges. Number 5. Buick Enclave, the official vehicle of I gave up on driving. Look, I know what the salesman told you. He leaned in, offered you a lukewarm coffee and said, "Buddy, this is basically a Cadillac, but I can get you into it for 10 grand less." Huh? Yeah. And a gas station hot dog is basically a steak if you close your eyes and pray hard enough. Here is the ugly truth that General Motors doesn't want plastered on a billboard. The Enclave is suffering from a massive identity crisis that is going to hit your wallet like a freight train. The market in 2026 is absolutely flooded with these things. Why? Because of rental fleets. The Enclave is the darling of the rental counter. When you fly into Orlando for a Disney trip, this is what they give you when they run out of minivans. And do you know what happens to rental cars? They get driven hard, washed with sandpaper, and then dumped onto the used market by the thousands. It's fine, and that's the problem. It's bloated, it's heavy, it handles like a waterbed on wheels. The fuel economy is mediocre at best because it's a heavy SUV trying to push air out of the way with an engine that feels like it's working overtime just to merge onto the highway. Dealers are sitting on these things for months. I checked the inventory data in the Midwest, places like Ohio and Michigan. The day supply is hovering north of 80 days. That means dealers are desperate. They are paying interest on these cars every single day they sit there. They need a sucker. They need someone who looks at the size and thinks, wow, that's a lot of metal for the money. Don't be that guy. If you buy a Buick Enclave in 2026, you don't need a car salesman. You need a financial conservatorship. You're buying an asset that nobody wants on the secondary market. It's invisible traffic. It's the car you buy when you've decided that passion is for other people. But, hey, at least the Buick starts in the morning. Number 4. Jeep Grand Cherokee. Man, this one hurts. It genuinely hurts because we all want to love Jeep, right? It's America. It's freedom. It's the World War II legacy. It's cowboys and open ranges. No, in 2026, this isn't freedom. This is bondage. Financial bondage to the service department. Most people get this wrong. They see the Jeep badge and they think rugged. I see electrical nightmare. We are seeing reports coming out of service centers that would make a grown man cry. The Grand Cherokee, especially the higher trims like the Summit and the 4X hybrids, is plagued with electronic gremlins. We're talking about the Uconnect screens freezing up or going black while you're backing out of a driveway. We're talking about air suspension systems that collapse overnight, leaving your $70,000 SUV looking like a squatted truck in a bad music video. And let's talk about the 4X hybrid system. Complicated is an understatement. When that system has a hiccup, you aren't fixing it in your driveway with a wrench. You're waiting 3 weeks for a certified hybrid technician to diagnose a sensor failure that costs $1,200 to replace. But the reliability isn't even the worst part. It's the money. You finance it for 72 months because the payment is scary. 5 years later, you still owe $20,000, but the car is worth $32,000 on a trade-in. You paid $43,000 to drive a car that spent 6 months of its life in the shop. Here's the part the dealer won't tell you. Number 3, the Infiniti QX80, the dinosaur. I have a serious question for anyone considering this car. Why? Just why? This vehicle is a fossil. I don't care about the updates. I don't care about the new grille, underneath the leather and the marketing fluff. This is ancient technology. Buying a QX80 in 2026 is like paying full price for an iPhone 8 just because someone put a new case on it. Let's talk about the engine. It's thirsty, and I don't mean it likes a drink. I mean this thing chugs premium fuel, like a fraternity brother chugs beer during pledge week. Real-world MPG, you're looking at 13 or 14 miles per gallon. If you live in a city, single digits. You will be on a first-name basis with every gas station attendant in your zip code. But here is where the financial trap snaps shut. The secondary market for the Infiniti QX80 is non-existent. Nobody wants a used luxury tank that costs $150 to fill up. Value drops like a rock. Try selling one privately, and you'll get crickets. You're paying $80,000 to $90,000 for a Nissan Patrol in a tuxedo. Dealers offer $10,000 off MSRP. Don't take the bait. You'll lose that in depreciation within 6 months. Number 2. The Land Rover Range Rover. It looks good. It also sits on the side of the road waiting for a tow truck when the air suspension fails. Buy one, and you're entering a toxic relationship. Once the 4-year warranty expires, value falls off a cliff. Nobody wants repair bills that hit 4 figures every other month. Fixing one air strut costs more than a used Honda Civic. The driving dynamics are a 10, but the ownership experience is a panic attack. Number 1. The Cadillac Escalade ESV, 63% loss in 5 years. That's a financial mugging. You signed for $115,000. 5 years later, it's worth maybe $42,000. You paid $73,000 to drive a Chevy Tahoe in a tuxedo. The ESV doesn't fit in a standard garage, limiting your buyers to people with airplane hangars. That's a tiny pool. Don't fall for tax write-off arguments. Spending $1 to save 35 cents is bad math when the asset drops 60%. If you must have one, lease it. Manufacturers are building too many cars and dealers are drowning. They need you to be the sucker. Don't be. The smart buyer in 2026 is patient. They don't finance vibes, they finance value. You have the leverage, not them. Watch the data, not the commercials. Subscribe so you don't get left holding the bag. Protect your wallet. Don't let the shiny paint fool you. dumped onto the used market by the thousands. It's fine. And that's the problem. It's bloated, it's heavy, it handles like a waterbed on wheels. The fuel economy is mediocre at best because it's a heavy SUV trying to push air out of the way with an engine that feels like it's working overtime just to merge onto the highway. Dealers are sitting on these things for months. I checked the inventory data in the Midwest, places like Ohio and Michigan. The day supply is hovering north of 80 days. That means dealers are desperate. They are paying interest on these cars every single day they sit there. They need a sucker. They need someone who looks at the size and thinks, wow, that's a lot of metal for the money. Don't be that guy. If you buy a Buick Enclave in 2026, you don't need a car salesman. You need a financial conservatorship. You're buying an asset that nobody wants on the secondary market. It's invisible traffic. It's the car you buy when you've decided that passion is for other people. But, hey, at least the Buick starts in the morning. Number 4. Jeep Grand Cherokee. Man, this one hurts. It genuinely hurts because we all want to love Jeep, right? It's America. It's freedom. It's the World War II legacy. It's cowboys and open ranges. No, in 2026, this isn't freedom. This is bondage. Financial bondage to the service department. Most people get this wrong. They see the Jeep badge and they think rugged. I see electrical nightmare. We are seeing reports coming out of service centers that would make a